Hey, hey. Live from American Times headquarters, home of the Dixieline Connection World Headquarters here in Callens, Virginia, at the foot of Turkey Cock Mountain. It's May 11th, 1:39 p.m. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's come on to talk about Sulfadine. It's back, it's back, it's back. Sulfadine is now available in 16-ounce jars. It's gone back into production. We'll start shipping again Monday. What's up, Steadfast? Oh, just talking about some hot spots and my Sulfadine product. I've got it back on the market. I was finally able to get the raw ingredients. I was having a tough time getting a hold of the right sulfur. But I was actually able to get it from, guess where? China. And should be here tomorrow. My shipping says it'll arrive tomorrow. And we'll start mixing batches up this weekend and start shipping on Monday. Tim Hendricks, how's it going, man? We made a batch up. Oh, nice, man. Let's see the pedigree. Put the pedigree up. I got a little old ripper male. Here, let me show you mine. Here's my little ripper male. Oh, man, I'm back making my Sulfadine. I was finally able to get a hold of the proper minerals and the proper sulfur. And making my Sulfadine, my hotspot cure. Got my big mixer where I can mix it properly. You know, you got to froth that stuff up and then flatten it back down. You got to emulsify it properly or it don't work right. What you use it for is anywhere that you got hot spots, anywhere you got hair missing, anywhere that you've got a lick sore, anywhere you've got spots out, anywhere you've got minor cuts and abrasions. It'll grow hair back quick, quick, quick. 15, 20 days, man, you'll have hair back in the same spot that you didn't. New stock works good. New stock works good. This product has got basically nano-sized sulfur in it. And it's got trace minerals in it that are nano-sized. And then it's mixed for over an hour. It's mixed to a froth, and then it's mixed to where then at a high speed, and then it's mixed till it goes flat at a low speed to emulsify it properly. And if you can order it right here. Oh no, not right there. Hang on a second. I got a place you can order it at. I thought I deleted my fucking ordering thing. Look, you can just go to my Facebook page. You can go to my Facebook page and order it right off of there. Let me give you a place to order it from. But guaranteed to work, doesn't work. Sure. Now I won't start shipping it till Monday. I'm gonna do my first big batch of it this weekend. As a matter of fact, hang on one second. Oh yeah, UPS just dropped off my trace minerals. So we in good shape. We in good shape. Sure, you can just cash app it to me, Jay. And I'll flip it to you. Well, FTB, all you got to do is come down, bring your best bitch down here and stick it to Donald. I don't sell puppies. Sure, I got info on silent heats. Basically what you need to do is be watching that dog super careful. Also, what are you trying to do with the dog with the silent heat? Are you trying to breed her? Are you trying to breed the bitch? Dave, what's up, man? To Donald, just because he's young, man, you can breed to him for $750. Come stick something to him. Get some puppies off of him. Come on down here and breed to him. Get you some puppies. Get your little puppies off old Donald. See what he's putting on the ground. Now, old dog ain't 2 years old yet. He won't be 2 years old till November. He's just a puppy. But you welcome to stick something to him. I got his parents here. I got one of his grandparents here. Sure. Y'all can stick something to him. Oh, man, that Miss Bolero was the truth, brother. I've got a letter from Norman Hooten that talks all about that bitch. See, Norman had 2 dogs out of that litter. He also had Butcher Girl, who died in a chain accident that he claimed was a dog that a man would only have one of in a lifetime. And when Norman's bitch out of Chinaman and Bolero got killed in a yard accident, Gary Athens gave Norman Miss Bolero who was every bit as Butcher Girl. Well, FTB, that's up to you what you stick to him. Huckleberry will go good with it. Well, the bitch that you're trying to breed in the silent heats. So you haven't seen her come in heat at all. So one thing you can do is change her worming. How are you worming that bitch, Jay? One thing you can do is put her on. One thing you can do is put her on a more mild wormer. I mean, if you're using something like Ivomec and you're using some heavy chemicals to treat her for fleas and ticks, you can take her off a lot of that stuff. You can email me, FTB. Just hit me up on email. Get her off a lot of those chemicals that you got her on and get her on a more natural type of system for treating fleas, ticks, and worming. You may want to go ahead and switch her over to like parental pomate for her wormer and put her on a natural diet. Switch her dog food up. What's up, Mr. Bixler? You also may want to move her from where you've been keeping her. Yeah, you may want to take her off that Ivomec and the safeguard. How much Ivomec are you giving her? See, a lot of that stuff sometimes, maybe just cut her down on the worming and the chemicals. Oh man, I'll tell you that hard time stuff. Enrique Morfin and Arnaldo Cardenas said that Hard Times was the best stud dog they ever had. At the end of their lives, they said Hard Times was the best stud dog ever. Now, some bitches, they'll have heats that are so light. Are you seeing any blood at all? I mean, your bitch might be a hermaphrodite. Sometimes these dogs have such high male hormone levels in them. No, I've never used DE and pumpkin seeds to worm out, but something like that with his bitch might be good. Something natural, get her off those chemicals. Google some stuff to lighten up that chemical load on her. And then, of course, exercise. And just staying close to her. But silent heats are a bitch, man. You know, you just got to watch that bitch and watch that bitch and watch that bitch. And she may have one of those heats that she just doesn't swell. And you're just going to have to watch her for some type of a discharge. And when she starts to discharge, you're going to have to get a kit to see when she is ovulating. And she may not swell at all, which, you know, that happens in dogs where they'll have heat cycles and not swell at all. But they're still going to have a discharge. I mean, I've seen it before where a female won't swell at all. Is she pretty tight bred, Jay? Pretty tight bred dog? You got her pedigree? Yeah, I'm like you, Mike. I feed kibble. You know, I feed Pride 2818. I do feed some raw a couple days a week. I feed leg quarters. I feed boiled eggs. But in general, I feed a high end kibble. And the deal with feeding raw, it's just such a pain in the ass keeping up with all of it, having to get the product, having to store the product. What do you say, Michael? And for me, keeping up with, I live so far out in the country, and so for me to keep up with raw and to get it and to keep it under supply, it's really difficult for me. It's 30 minutes for me to go anywhere. Now, if I had somebody that would bring it to me and supply me with it, you know, I would think twice about using it. But at this point, it's and my dogs look great. I mean, you guys see what they look like, and they love it. You know, now I add oil to the dog food. You know, I'll add scraps to the kibble, give it some flavor, and you know, I feed the hell out of my dogs. So, you know, I like putting a little oil in their food and upping the fat content in their kibble. So, like whenever I fry anything, like whenever I use deep fat fryer, I'll save that oil and I'll pour, you know, half a cup, quarter cup into the kibble, mix that up, make that kibble nice and greasy. You know, I'll do that. Well, if you're just using oil for feeding the dog yard to mix with the kibble, I mean, any kind of fat source is good. I mean, if you got fat that you're cooking with, is good to mix in there. That's a good long chain triglyceride that'll really stick to the ribs. Highly digestible, good product. If you want a fat source, yeah, man. If you want a fat source with, you know, like a high end fat source, like a short chain triglyceride, something that's highly usable, quick, that you want to put in the dog's feed, flaxseed oil, algae oil. Those are both really good flaxseed oils with high content of omega oils in them. They're easy to get a hold of. You can get them at hell. A lot of that stuff you can get at Walmart now. But you know me, I'll just take my cooking oil. I'll take, you know, whatever I'm using to cook with, canola oil, vegetable oil, and mix a quarter cup of that in with my dog food that I've already used to cook with. You can also get the used grease from like a little local store. Somebody that's got a deep fat fryer and they're pouring the grease away. You can take that grease right there and add it into your dog food. But, dogs love fat. Any type of fat you can add to their diet, their systems thrive off of fat. And of course, the more fat you give them, the less kibble you got to feed them. I'm feeding like 2.5 cups of kibble a day. So I'll put all my food in a bucket, and then I'll add like a quarter cup of oil. Just enough to make the greasy. And again, I don't do it every day. I'll do it like 2-3 days a week. 2 or 3 days a week, they just get kibble. A couple days a week, they get raw. 2 or 3 days a week, they get a little grease added to their diet. It just depends whether I've got grease on the stove. I'll tell you, some of those damn dog foods are expensive. That Blackwoods, that shit runs $1 a pound. When you buy that stuff, man, you pay $40 for a 40-pound bag. Of course, my dog food's getting up there. I'm paying $30 for 50. I hate paying over 50 cents a pound for kibble, but it's gotten there. I'm paying close to 65, 70 cents a pound now for kibble. Which, I pay less than that for raw chicken. When I buy chicken, I pay 49 cents a pound. What do you say, Terry? Yeah, I get whole leg quarters for 49 cents a pound. But hell, I got to pay 65, 70 cents a bag, 70 cents a pound for kibble. And most people paying $1 a pound for kibble. Or more. Well, it's your turn, man. There ain't nothing wrong with Pro Plan Sports, man. Purina's #1 dog food on the planet. They know more about feeding dogs than anybody. Purina does. Well, I give fresh meat. I give fresh chicken. Marquez, what's up? I give fresh whole chicken. Nah, Purina don't have no problems. They use quality ingredients. Now, see, the reason I use Pride is that the mill is right here by us. Sunshine Dog Food Factory makes theirs according to spec. Well, I think my dog food's got pork, beef, and chicken in it. You're welcome, Marcus. You're welcome. I'm glad the mailman did his job. I did mine. I like to give my dogs all the fat I can. Keep them shiny and fat. Keep them purty. Yeah, I like to keep them purty, man. Keep them fat like I'm going to eat them. You can give it to them straight from the butcher, Abdar. You can give it to them straight from the butcher. Oxtails are good. Mackerel is good. All that stuff is good. All that stuff's expensive. You're welcome, Abdur. Yeah, it's better that way. It's fresh. You know, when you put it in the freezer, it tends to take some of the nutrients out of it. What's another name for flaxseed oil? Well, they call it rapeseed in Europe, but I don't think they use that name over here. Just go to any health food store, Michael. Go to a health food store. They got it. They keep it in the cooler. Look in the cooler at a health food store. No, not linseed oil. Linseed oil is poisonous. Don't use that. Don't use linseed oil. That's bad. That's like turpentine, man. Don't use linseed oil. Oh, I love bacon grease. Bacon grease is a good long chain triglyceride. Yeah, man. Ain't nothing wrong with any type of grease from the stove. Any type of grease you can get when you're cooking is wonderful for them. They love it. And it's good for you dogs, man. Take them table scraps and mix it in with your kibble. Give them something a little different to taste, man. How'd you like to eat the same thing all the fucking time? You know? That shit would suck, man. Give them something good to eat, man. Take a burrito and bust it up down in there. Well, calf's liver is good. I mean, it's high in iron. Calf's liver, beef liver. Whenever you feed calf's liver, beef liver, chicken livers, those are super high in iron. Now, my dogs don't like chicken livers. I got to cook them to get them to eat them. And they just don't like them old slimy ass chicken livers. So whenever I do score some chicken livers on a deal, I always got to cook them. So, I'll put those chicken livers in the pan, and half my dogs will leave them laying there. They just won't eat them. So, but I'll take them and put them in a pan and fry them up. Just braise them up a little bit. And, oh, they love them, man. They love them. Well, there's a lot of people that feed raw every day. Um, my friend Canine Athletes, Andy Segas, he feeds raw every day. And if you want to see what dogs look like being fed raw every day, go to Canine Athletes YouTube page, and you'll see a great example of dogs being fed raw. He feeds his dogs raw every day, and they look fantastic. If you get them on too high of a protein diet, tends to kind of burn up their hair, and it causes a lot of stress on a dog. I've found that keeping it around 28-30% with around a 20% fat, that's about where you want to keep it. You don't want to get much above 30% on your protein. If you do, the dog's got too much protein to digest. I mean, imagine if you ate 30-40% protein. What's going on, D-Lo? What's up? What's up? What is up? Trying to get you the link to order it. There it is. There it is. Let me copy that little rascal. Let's see here. I want to get that link. I'll be right back as soon as I get this link for you. Just about to get it. Sucker, let me copy it. Won't let me copy it. There we go. Copy. Copy, copy. Here's the link for the sulfadine. You can go right there and order it. I'm gonna start shipping it on Monday. You can order it right there. If you want to order it on Cash App, just go to Cash App and make sure you put in there that that's what you're ordering on your notes. Yeah, you can't really feed your dog too much fat. Now, you can feed them too much protein. You can definitely feed a dog too much protein. No, $40 a week, feed your dog raw. That's good. That's real good. Well, hell, I'm paying that to feed 6 dogs. What's up, Southtown? Yeah, we're just announcing the fact that we got the Sulfadine back on the market. I finally was able to get my raw ingredients, man. I couldn't find them here. I had to order them off of Amazon from China to get that nano sulfur and those nano trace minerals. Fucking couldn't find them nowhere here in the States. So finally got the last piece to my ingredients today. No, man. The truth is the best lie. The truth is the best lie. The truth is the best lie. No, you don't want no vitamin E. Vitamin E is horrible for a dog. Yeah, vitamin E is horrible for a dog. That's one of the worst things you can give them, man. See, a dog can't dispel vitamin E out of their system. It builds up at a toxic level. Dogs can't get rid of vitamin E. So you don't want to give a dog vitamin E. Vitamin E, they get plenty of vitamin E from their regular diet and their regular food and all that stuff. And that's a about giving a dog vitamin E. Do not give a dog vitamin E supplements. Well, of course, I mean, the higher the protein level, the less stool you're going to get because they're digesting their food. And they're digesting their food. So appreciate that, Punchy. I'll get that out to you Monday, brother. And but then, so you have less to clean up. But I wouldn't change my diet just so I have less shit to clean up. I mean, yeah, if you just go to any health food store, they carry flaxseed oil in the refrigerator department. Kerr McCullough, what's going on? I like your little red icon there. That's cool. That's a good one. But algae oil is a good product to use. But it just depends how much of the omega oils you're wanting to use and what your situation is. I mean, flaxseed oil is something that you want to use in a high stress situation. That's something you want to use on a during a conditioning program. It works well. Algae oil works well. I like using it in conjunction with coconut oil, using two oils together, a short chain and a long chain triglyceride, so that I get both advantages from the oils. But, when you're feeding your regular dogs, you can use other long chain and short chain triglycerides that are much cheaper. A regular vegetable oil is a long chain triglyceride. Beef fat is a short chain triglyceride. Excuse me, that's the wrong way around. Regular vegetable oil, like a sunflower oil, if you use sunflower oil with your dog food and say like a beef fat, like tallow, you know what tallow is? No, I don't use any oil to rub them down. I use some Cheetos. I sit on the couch with them and feed them a Cheeto while I'm giving them a rub down. Suet's good. Tallow is good. These are great long chain triglycerides that are available. Oh, yeah, beef tallow is fantastic. Sunflower oil. There's a lot of great products that you can get at the supermarket. It's like carbohydrates. Do you know that cornstarch is loaded with carbohydrates? If you need some carbohydrates, the biggest thing with a rub down, here's the biggest deal with a rub down, is there's two things you're doing in a rub down. You want to work all the muscles, the neck, the shoulders, the stifles, the loin, the rib cage, underneath the arms, underneath the legs. You want to check the dog out completely. Make sure you check their feet. Get you a little towel and wipe their feet out. Check their feet real good. Make sure there's no damage to their feet. And it's also a good time to put pad toughener on their feet while you're rubbing them down. Or whatever you're putting on their feet to maintain their feet. But it's quiet time, and you just give them a complete rub down. Rub their ears, rub their neck, rub that whole dog down. You want to give them the $100 treatment, man, like you at the sucky fucky shop, That can get a little expensive, Steadfast. You might want to try some beef tallow. can play some music. I play music all the time when I'm working my dogs. I got music playing constantly.
Powering on. Welcome to All Tech Lansing.
Yeah. I have music blasting all the
You are now
time.
paired.
Music
Enjoy.
blasting, TV blasting. I got sound going on all the time. Loud noise. Yeah, man. Give them a couple Cheetos while have some little dog treats. Give them a little dog treat. Let them know. Lay down, relax. Get you a blanket or something. Lay in the yard on the blanket with the dog. And music makes a beast calm down. Yeah, that music make them calm on down. How am I making it hard for you, Guru? Man, I suck at cutting nails. I got a grinder, but I suck at it. Yeah, I got a grinder, but I suck at doing that, man. I'm the worst nail cutter there is. Every time I do it, man, I'm just horrible at it. I try to get them out and play with them enough. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Try to get them out on the road. Use that asphalt. Use that yard. Let them run them down. You know, try to keep them nails short. Old Pucky, he's got some claws like a damn bear. Matter of fact, I don't even know where he's at. Hey, Pucky, where are you at? What you doing over there? Huh? What you doing, little Pucky? Why don't you come here, Pucky? What are you doing, Pucky? Huh? What you up to? Huh? What you up to? Gonna jump up on my lap? Gonna jump up on my lap? Come on. Oh, there's that little Pucky. There's that little Pucky. Oh, oh, oh. There's my buddy. There's my buddy. Oh, give me a kiss. Give me some kisses. Oh, who's my best friend, huh? Who's Daddy's best friend? It's the Pucky. Say the Pucky's Daddy's best friend. Yeah, he is. Yes, he is. That old Pucky's Daddy's best friend. Yes, he is. Who's Daddy's best friend? Huh? Who's Daddy's best friend? Oh, 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 he's a baby. Oh, he's a baby. Yes, he is. He's just a little mush mush. Just a little mushy mushy. Yes, you are. That's what they look like when you feed them right, boys. That's what they look like when you feed them right. Oh, he's probably about 35, 36, 35, 34 in there. About the same size as Two Eyes. That's my little clone right there, man. That's my clone. That's Donald's father. And little fucker. He'll be 8 years old this September. Yup, that's Donald's father. I'd let you breed to him, but he's been neutered. He had cancer right on his fucking balls, and we had to neuter him. I got 2 breedings off of him before I neutered him, but we had to neuter him to save his life. It was either that or I was going to have to watch him die, and wasn't going to do that. That's my best friend right there. So we got 2 litters out of him, and then we had him neutered. So I bred him to his mother. Oh yeah, man, he's a little clone to him. He's a little old clone to him. I appreciate it, man. That's my buddy right there. I mean, he follows me everywhere I go. He sleeps right next to me. I mean, like, when I go to bed at night, he'll sit at the bottom of the bed and wait till I get comfortable, and then he'll curl up right next to me. I mean, it's just my best friend in the whole world right there, man. I love that dog. He's not even a dog, man. He's like a person. He's more of a person to me than a dog. I mean, he eats with me. Yeah, man, he's my little shadow. He eats with me. We eat together. We watch TV together. We do everything together, man. Hell yeah. You damn right, man. Oh, that little dog got me through a lot of shit, man. I had a damn case 4 years ago, well, 3.5 years ago. Some people broke into my house, and I figured out who it was, and I went ape shit about it. Fucking yanked one dude out of a car and fucking did some other bullshit that I shouldn't have done, retaliating for these people breaking into my house. And they called the law on me, and I got in trouble. I got in a shitload of trouble. For the fuckers that broke into my house. Man, I was facing all kinds of charges for what I did. And that little old dog got me through that, got me through a divorce, got me through all kinds of shit. He's my buddy, man. Yeah, can you believe that? Motherfuckers broke into my house. I fucking go jack them up for it. And then they go to the police and make up this story about a bunch of shit I said that I didn't say. Yeah. And then they come snatch me up out of my house at 2:00 in the morning for threatening to blow up their business. I was like, motherfucker. But I beat it. It cost me $10,000. Motherfuckers break into my house. It cost me $10,000 to stay out of jail. You like that, don't you? No. Cocksuckers. Fun, fun, fun. Fun, fun, fun. I'll tell you what, somebody breaks into your house or does something. Yeah, well, see, I don't have a gun. I'm a convicted felon. I don't have a weapon. I wasn't even here. I wasn't even home. Oh, well, that's the way it goes. Yeah, man. That was about 4 years ago. Tried to lock my ass up. Y'all know how it is. I beat that shit. It was all bullshit. They're just a bunch of junkies lying to the law. Law saw right through it. They dropped the charges the day before the case. The day before I went to trial, they dropped all the charges, everything. Dropped all that shit. You know, that was fucked up, man. Yeah, they tried to spook me, man. They wanted me to plead guilty. I told them, fuck no, I ain't pleading guilty. I didn't do it. You know? Just like I pled guilty in 2000, I did that shit. I'm not going to plead guilty to something I didn't fucking do. Fuck that shit. I'd rather go to jail than plead guilty to something I didn't do. Plus, a little time in jail is always relaxing. Go in there and chill out for a little while. You know? Jail ain't nothing but college with no beer and no pussy. I ain't got no trouble in there. They always treat me good when I go to jail. Oh, I tried, man. They were all millionaires, man. They fucking tried to sue me. Oh, it was a fucking mess, man. I'm still paying for that shit. I had to damn put that shit on my credit card. I'm still paying for it. I think I still owe about $8,000. Still paying for it. Yeah, man. That shit don't bother me. You gonna tell me I did something I didn't do? Fuck it. I'd rather go to jail for 10 months or whatever the hell they gonna do. I'm not gonna admit to something I didn't fucking do. Ah, well. That's the way it goes, boys. When you're a tough guy, tough shit happens, you know? It's all good. We all kissed and made up. Everybody's happy. It was a long time ago. That boy grew up. He's all clean now. And he went back to work and he got his life straightened out. The boy that broke into my house got his life straightened out. And he's working every day and he's doing really good. So everybody's doing just fine. So the important thing is that those people got off of drugs. You know, that was the important thing. So, hey, man. Oh, we've been talking about feeding. We've been having a good talk about feeding fat. The jailhouse food ain't that bad. It's free. I'll eat them bologna sandwiches. Fuck it. You ain't gonna cur me out. After you've been through that shit, it just don't scare you no more, you know? You'll spend 18 months in prison. This shit don't scare you no more. Y'all hit that like button. I got 40 people in here and 18 likes. Come on now. Give me some like. Show the love. Show the love. Hit the like button. It don't cost a dime. Hit that like button as you come in the door. Yeah, man. That's just the way it is. You know, people ain't been there. They don't know what it's like. They don't know. They don't know. Yeah, I'm working on some. I'm working on some. We're gonna have that 1,000 subscribers. Oh yeah, man. Look, they were just some young kids, man. They just made a mistake. I forgave them. The people that did that shit, it was a long time. I done forgave them. I actually talked to the boy that did it. And you know, God tells us we have to forgive people when they do stupid shit like that. And and uh and I forgive them. You know, I don't hold that against those people. You know, that's just the way it goes, man. You can't hold everything against everybody all the time. Fuck no, man. Fuck no, I ain't gonna plead guilty to something I didn't do. Corn syrup? Well, corn syrup is nothing but sugar. So if you're feeding corn syrup, that's just going to be a carbohydrate. And I don't really know about putting. Well, I'll tell you, J.K., you get in that federal courtroom, and they're going to hit you with about 30 charges in federal court, and they offer to let you plead guilty to a couple things that you did, that you really, really fucking did, and offer you a couple years in prison instead of 10. It's kind of tough. It's kind of tough not to take a plea. So, when I was in federal court, they offered me a plea to sending them a video of two dogs fighting, which I did, and they offered me a plea for lying to them, which I did, and I did take a plea in federal court, and I got 30 months in prison for that plea. So, but but I did take a plea in federal prison in federal court. It was either that or I was going to have to go to trial, and they had 20 charges they were going to put against me. So and I was going to be facing 10 years in prison, and I was guilty as a motherfucker, and so it was one of those things, man, where you know either take the lesser charges and go on and take the whooping, or risk getting 10 fucking years, because I was going to get 30 months no matter what. I mean, the judge was going to fucking put me in jail no matter what. No matter what, I was going to jail. Oh. Whew, TJW. That's what I'm talking about. Lord Almighty. Jesus Christ. Man, oh man. You know, that's heavy duty right there. Yeah, that's heavy duty. 85 months for a dirty urine. No, it's not legal. Yeah, I got lucky with that, man. I did 3 years paper, and then as soon as I got off paper, I could have dogs again. And just the one thing my probation officer said is, "Hey, don't you fight no more dogs." And I said, "You ain't got to worry about that." And I have no intentions of fighting any more dogs. I am retired. I don't even have a fucking break stick, man. Nipsey Hussle. I'll tell you what, man. I'll bet you in the last 20 years, I've spent 50 grand on attorneys, another 30, 40 grand on fines. I know I've spent $100,000 on attorneys and fines and all that shit in the last 20 years, fucking with these dogs. At least 100 grand. You know, about the $100 teeth. Oh man, I wouldn't sell no pups. I can't sell no puppies. I can't do it, man. I got to know where every single one of my dogs are. I got to know where they are, who's got them, what's going on with them. I can't do it. I just can't sell no puppies, man. I've never been able to sell no puppies. I'm just not a puppy peddler. I just can't do it. I make a breeding about once every 3 or 4 years for me. I'll give away a couple to my buddies. And I don't sell no dogs, man. I don't want no beginners having my dogs. I don't want no new guys having my dogs. I don't want my dogs out on the end of chains somewhere just sitting in somebody's yard. I want my dog in the house. If a dog leaves my yard, it's got to have a better home than I give it. Oh man, you can come and breed. You can come and breed to one of my dogs. You're welcome to come and breed. But I just don't want to sell any puppies, man. I just don't do it. I never have, and at this point, I never will. Maybe I'll end up having an epiphany like Carver did when I get older, and start selling some pups. But no, I wouldn't. What you need to do is learn the dogs. I mean, if I'm going to breed two dogs together, I want to learn that family of dogs. I don't want to just learn the two dogs I'm breeding. Man, I want to learn about the parents. I want to learn about the grandparents. I want to learn about the uncles, the aunts, the cousins. I want to learn about the whole family of dogs. Because a dog is going to revert to what the family is. You may have a great individual from a family, but that dog's not going to throw dogs like itself. See, it's going to throw dogs like its mother and father. It's going to throw dogs like its grandparents. You could have the best dog ever out of a bloodline, but it's not going to produce like itself. I mean, how many times have you seen that? So if you want to learn about genetics and you want to learn about breeding dogs, you have to learn about the dogs themselves, about the individual dogs. And until you do that, until you learn about the characteristics, the habits, the structure, um, the way that bloodline lives. You don't know anything about that family of dogs. All you know is what's on a piece of paper. And how do you learn these things? Well, you can go visit people that are feeding that bloodline. You can go look at the dogs. You can go spend time with the dogs. Hey, you can go help the people that got the dogs. You can go spend a day with them, working with them. No, I never kept any chickens, man. I don't like chickens being around my dogs. They got all them mites and bugs and all that shit on them. I don't like having no birds around my dogs. But unless you actually know a family of dogs, you can't breed it. You can't breed it. If you're just taking papers and thinking that because you learn genetics in school and that you can take papers from something somebody taught you in school, don't you think that everybody that's ever bred these dogs before would do that? Breeding these dogs comes from having that personal contact from them. You know, I mean, I give you a great idea, Kayan. What bloodline are you breeding? Kayan Bush, what blood are you breeding? What dog are you breeding down from? And I'll give you a great example of genetics. No. And it isn't for a lot of the people that are doing it. No, I never really messed with any of the dogs from sorrels, from buckshot sorrels. Never had any. Well, I did have one bitch off of I did have a bitch off of Sorrel's bull back in the 80s, but she got stolen. As far as Rusty Reb, I don't know anything about those dogs, man. I couldn't tell you anything about them. I mean, the only thing I know is the same stuff you guys know, what's on the internet. Oh yeah, I mean I'm familiar with it, but what I'm saying is that I don't know anything about it. Um, Shit, I seen where they were using my blood the other day. Um, yeah, I saw one the other day where he was using my stuff. Let's see here. Find this pedigree. I mean, if I was going to mess with that Rusty Reb stuff, I mean, if you're going to mess with the Rusty Reb stuff, you might as well mess with the real stuff. This dog right here is its stud. You can breed to him, and he's the real thing. Check that dog out. And he's its stud. That's 3/4 my stuff and 1/4 Rusty Reb. And That's the real deal right there, man. That's a bulldog. Check that out. Stick something to him. Lean back on that one. Well, my girlfriend had a lot of that stuff. Old Liz had a lot of that stuff. I dealt with Captain America a little bit. We were friends. And, he was a real nice guy. He dealt with a lot of different bloodlines besides his known stuff. And he had great success with it. Last time I seen him, we matched into that Bama dog he had bought from James Crenshaw, and he had Crenshaw handle the dog for him. And Louie and I stood pit side while that match took place. Oh yeah, that's a nice little bred dog right there. That Pena 6 bits. Yeah, but if you want some Rusty Reb stuff, there's the real thing. And that way you don't have to guess. I mean, I don't understand why people want to breed the dogs that they think are bred like this or they think are bred like that. You might as well breed to something that you know how the dog is bred. And instead of breeding to something that you think is bred a certain way. I'd much rather breed to a dog I know how the dog is bred. I don't know him. Yeah, I don't know him. Yeah, Kerr, it's even got that Norm dog in there one time too. It's got that Norm dog, which, man, that Norm dog was one of the best dogs I ever had. It's even got a little bit of Two Eyes blood in there. Just a little bit. Yeah, no, I don't know Bill Finch. Don't know him. But anyhow, well, we got the Sulfadine launched again. You guys, you get them hard hot spots that you can't take care of. No, man, I don't mess with stuff other people breed out of my stuff. I don't mess with it. If I didn't breed it myself, I don't mess with it. No, I never got any of that back. Now, some of my friends did, but I never did. That dog's down in Alabama. Yeah, you can get in touch with him through pedigrees online. Just click him. But that dog's in Alabama. Oh yeah, Norm was one of my best dogs, man. I loved him. He was a serious animal. It was right there when I got in trouble. If I hadn't gotten in trouble, you'd have known who Norm was. So Oh yeah, that Pena dog, he's in Alabama. You got to get in touch with that Matt Laney. Just look him up on Facebook, Matt Laney. Matt Laney on Facebook. He'll get you in touch with that dog. Okay, Mike Dan. I'll see you later. I'm going to have to get out of here too. I got some shit I got to take care of. I've been here a lot longer than I planned on it. Man, you get on this thing and it just, time flies by. Anything closer to Norm? Oh yeah, man. I got way closer stuff to Norm than that. That's somebody else's dog. There's a dog, hang on a second here. This is the closest Norm dog that anybody's got. Check that one out. That's triple Norm. And that dog's down in Louisiana at Stud. I got two sisters to him. But that's a triple grandson of Norm. I mean, basically in that pedigree, you only got two dogs. You got Norm and Spetty, and that's it. Because you got Norm to Spetty produced Clarence, and then I bred Clarence back to his mother. So the only two dogs in that whole pedigree is Norm and Spetty. Oh yeah. That's an old type red dog right there, man. Like I said, I got both his sisters. But he's a nice one. Oh man, that granny bitch. Well, that was the only all game litter I ever bred. Chinaman to Bolero was the only time me personally ever bred an all game litter. Now, we looked at the whole litter, and I mean seriously looked at them, and the whole litter was either rolled, hard, or they were matched. And the whole litter checked. Every single one out of Chinaman and Bolero. And that was amazing. I never had a litter that all of them were game. That was the only one. every litter I ever had, man, I always had like, one dog that was cold, or one dog that wasn't right, or one dog that was, always one or two. Never had a whole litter that were super dogs. And that's what Granny was out of. She was out of that litter. And then when I bred her to Two Eyes and produced that new Granny dog, that new Granny dog was just as good as Rangadanga, Bolero, those type of dogs. I mean, that new Granny bitch was a first class match dog. And we just put her up and used her for brood. But that new Granny dog was one of the best dogs I ever owned. I mean, I rank her in my top 5 dogs. That new Granny bitch, she stopped 3 dogs in one day, rolling dogs. 3 of them in one day. She's a hell of a bitch, man. She was a hell of a bitch. Really, really, really like those dogs. And some of the best dogs I ever had come off of those dogs. They were the truth, man. I kept all that stuff off those dogs. Didn't let any of that stuff out. That's the only one, man. That's the only one. Now, I might have had another one and we just didn't check them all. But we checked that whole litter, and every single dog in that litter was game. But he was the only one I ever had that was all game. I mean, I hear these people today, they're like, oh, my whole yard is game, all my dogs are game, all this, all that. I bow down to them, man. I mean, I never could get that shit. I mean, how many all game litters have you guys seen? A foundation dog? Well, to me, a foundation dog is a female. And she is a female that is out of 2 good parents. And when I say good parents, I mean these are like solid dogs, no bad habits, high quality animals that are also out of the same thing. All 4 grandparents are high quality, solid animals, no bad habits. And then this bitch that we're talking about, she is a top-notch female that will raise puppies, and she produces pups like her family of dogs. That's what a foundation dog is. That's a bitch that you can take and go breed her to the best dogs around and get high quality dogs off of her. That is a foundation dog. That is how you get into the dogs and breed good dogs. Not buying puppies from people. Nah, man, what straws we have are private. I don't even talk about it. And we've got some straws on some dogs, but none of that stuff's available to the public. It's all real limited, and it's all private. If any of it becomes available, it'll become available through stud dogs. It'll be bred off those dogs. And it'll be probably long after I'm gone by my friends breeding dogs, because I have no use for it. To me, I would much rather breed off of the dogs that I have than breed off of frozen semen. but we got a little bit put back. We got a little bit put back. But you take that bitch and you go breed her to the best dogs you can find, Abdur, and that's how you get a foundation dog. You know, top quality female, something good, something you like, a really really good bitch, something like little Pucky but a female. I don't know what is that. What's the super dog method? I don't know what that is. Yeah, I don't know what that is. I don't know. Tell me what that is, Kurt. Oh, Hell's Hound Mountain. What's going on? Oh, good, man. Good. I'm just getting ready to wrap it up. No, Osiris, I don't sell dogs. I never have sold dogs. I mean, I play with them. I play with them all the time. No, no dogs for me, Osiris. I got a stud dog you can breed to, but that's about it, man. No, I don't know anybody up there that sells any dogs. Shit, man. I don't know anybody that's got any pups for sale. You buy a puppy from him. He got pups for sale. But I don't know anybody up in Pennsylvania. Frank Rocca, he's in Ohio. You know Frank Rocca? Well, Dualia, you're going to get all kinds of styles, and man, just stick around and see what you think. You know, I mean, Pat Patrick's Pat Patrick. He hates everybody, and you know, Pat used to work for me. We fired him. He had a bad attitude. Um, if you can find anybody that I lied to or cheated or stole from or any of that stuff, just let me know. You know, we'll make it right. You know, Patrick's just a fucking whack job, man. But a turning dog, there were a lot of famous turning dogs. Um, there were a whole lot of them. And, you know, if a dog's going to be a turning dog, I mean, as long as they're a game dog, I mean, who cares? I mean, we used to call that a gambler's delight. So, you know, if you're going to turn, but you're going to win, I mean, who cares? Yeah, I don't know about all that, man. Well, I think that gameness runs consistently through all bloodlines. Um, it's a wives' tale that one bloodline, that Eli runs game, or that Red Boy runs game, and that Eli runs rough, and that Bolio or smart, or this or that. It's how you're breeding your dogs. And if you're breeding your dogs right, then you've got complete dogs. You have a dog that is complete, that has it all. And the Eli family, if you're breeding them right, they got it all. If you're breeding the Red Boy dogs right, they got it all. If you're breeding the Jeep dogs right, they got it all. And I wouldn't say that any family is considered gamer than any other family. I hear you, Hellhound. I don't have any puppies, man. I hadn't bred a litter of dogs in over 2 years. Well, that sounds pretty cool, Kerr. I mean, I get my pups out and play with them all the time, and uh, do different stuff like that. I wouldn't say as detailed as all that, but I definitely keep them on their toes when they're puppies. Oh no, Hellhound! I already put you in my phone, man. Hell no, Osiris, I wouldn't. I want to see the parents, and I'd like to see a couple of the grandparents. Yeah, I'd like to see the parents and the grandparents. I want to see as many of the dogs as I can. Um, I mean, that's bullshit if I can't see the parents and the grandparents if they're there, and the uncles and the aunts and the cousins and the whole family of dogs. I mean, that's why I'm buying them. That's why I'm buying the fucking dog, because I want to learn about them. I don't want to just be sold a puppy and told to fuck off. Yeah, I don't know anything about them fifth season. Don't know nothing about them. I don't know anything about them. Is that Thug like uh, Jackson's Thug, and Thor like the snooty Thor stuff? From Pit Island, Thug and Thor. Oh yeah, I'm not familiar with that, but the guy's been putting out some good dogs. Yeah, you're darn right, Hellhound. You're exactly right, Arrowhead. You're exactly right. Some lines are more consistent. I don't even think it's a higher percentage. It's just that some lines are more consistent. In other words, when I say consistent, what I mean is that some lines, um, you can look at them, and take the honey bunch dogs for example. If I'm breeding honey bunch dogs, I know what they're supposed to look like. they have that consistent look to them. If I'm breeding a straight bolio dogs, they have that consistency to them. I know what they're supposed to look like. If I'm breeding Mayday dogs, they have that consistency to them. I know what they're supposed to look like. Now, I start getting into making my crosses. If I make a Mayday, Bolio, Eli cross, well, now my consistency is going to go away because I've made this cross. So they're going to look different. And I'm not going to have that consistency anymore because I've got that three-way cross in there. So now I'm going to start getting a mix of dogs in my litters. I'm going to get a hybrid vigor. I'm going to get a different kind of a dog, but I'm not going to have that consistency anymore of a single bloodline. You know, that's one reason, like when I make a cross, I always like to cross into another line that just has a couple dogs in the pedigree. You know, that way I'm crossing into a single gene. And so if it works, it works, and I can keep making it over and over. Where if you cross into something that's kind of scatterbred, you may get good dogs, but the chance of it repeating itself is lower than if you breed into a single bloodline when you make a cross. Osiris, a lot of that's just our genes, are the genes of the dogs. Just some bloodlines have bigger teeth than others. Also, the inbreeding is going to cause your teeth to get small. When you do a lot of inbreeding, the teeth get small on dogs. I've seen some people inbreed their dogs and get teeth that look like rice, man. You know, well, guys, I'm going to wrap this one up. So don't forget about the sulfadine. Yeah. Well, they all do if you keep it nice and loose. Do some nice loose line breeding. But I'm gonna wrap this one up. We've been on for almost 2 hours. Yeah, it was a good talk. A good chat. Good chat. And like I said, don't forget about your sulfadine. If you need something for some hot spots or some hairless spots or some light abrasions, it also works good on feet, especially when you got damaged feet. It works great. So check it out. Check the product out. And I might be back tonight. I don't know. So, but y'all take it easy and have a good afternoon. You take care.